Rooted and established with the Word. AM 590 WEZE Boston.
Race is not where the line is drawn. It's God's side and the other side.
The other side.
It's up for all of them.
It is God's side and the other side.
Everybody get exposed. Pray for all my foes.
And that's all come true. Hey, everybody. It's the Amazing Grace Sports Network on WEZE AM 590 in Boston. This is the fastest 60 minutes known to man. We're going to cover so much and so much ground. We're going to cover so much ground and so many sports. Your head will be spinning by the time we're done. And we do all this as we take phone calls and as we talk back and forth. So you are guaranteed to have a great time. We are here because you are there. And it's time for prayer. See this one that says prayers for victory. I don't know if it's, yeah, I'm sure it says that. Prayers for victory in spiritual warfare. Okay, let's put our hand up in the air and stick it in there. For the authority of Christ, we're going to take the helmet of salvation. Lord, at my salvation, you made me a new creation. I praise you for this great salvation, which gave me authority through Jesus Christ. Satan, I am a saved and redeemed person. I am no longer a citizen in your kingdom. Rather, I am a citizen in God's dominion of light and truth. God's salvation equips me with every tool to overcome your tactics, your accusations, your temptations. And Lord, I thank you for this. I thank you for this, my helmet of salvation. In Christ's name, amen. Bada boom. Good morning, Kevin.
Good morning.
Hey.
Now they can finally see me.
Yeah, they can see you. There you are.
Here I am.
Yeah, everybody.
Everybody, what you thought.
I had to force him. Okay, he got out of it last week, but not this week. This week I brought in the camera, and I stuck it in there, and I pinned it on the wall so he couldn't get away from it. So here he is.
I was fine being off camera, but that's okay.
We can't have that.
No, I guess not. Happy to be here.
Give me a little
a lot to go over.
Mic presence on the auxiliary here because we're going with Today in History. Today in History. I got to tell you guys, it was a lean day in Today in History. I had to dig deep, and half of the things I dug up were erroneous. That's right. They put them in this book, Today in History, Sports History, such as the first inaugural car race in the history of the United States was supposed to be today. They had it in there as if it was today, but it wasn't. It didn't take place until Thanksgiving. It was rescheduled from today, but they forgot to acknowledge that. So I had to dig deep. But in 1969, we have some record-breaking events. In 1969, Today in History, on October 2nd, 1969, quarterbacks Billy Kilmer of the New Orleans Saints and Charlie Johnson of the St. Louis Cardinals each threw for 6 touchdowns and for a combined NFL record of 12 passing touchdowns in the game. The Saints beat the Cardinals 51-42 in Bush Memorial Stadium, which is where the St. Louis Baseball Cardinals also played. I have no questions for this, but you have any thoughts on this one, Kev?
Well, way before my time, but the old Cardinal Stadium, everybody talks, the old Bush Stadium, rather, everybody talks very fondly of it. And I think the St. Louis Cardinals would like to go back to that era with the way they have had a couple of the regular seasons the past couple of years. But
yeah, they really bite now, and deservedly so. No, I'm not going to say. They're one of the class franchises of MLB. So moving on from that, in 1990, on October 2nd, 1990, the Golden State Warriors registered a 162-158 victory over the Denver Nuggets at McNichols Arena, with 320 total points being scored, setting an NBA record for the most points scored by 2 teams in a non-overtime game. And that's true even today. We have some teams that have surpassed that, but they've been in overtime, 2 overtimes, 3 overtimes, but not one game has ever surpassed this, set in 1990 by Run TMC. I think we got Run TMC up here. I'm gonna hit. There they are. Run TMC. That's Mitch Richmond, Chris Mullen, And Mr. Hardaway, Tim Hardaway there, senior, Run TMC Warriors, set the record with 320 total points. Beat that. And nobody can. We're going to move on to a Wayne favorite here. I'm not getting to questions because we have so many things to get through. It's going to be a question.
Too much.
In 2008, November 2nd, 2008, British McLaren driver Lewis Hamilton. Yeah, that guy.
A favorite of the program.
The favorite of the program. Yeah. He finished 4th in the season-ending Brazilian Grand Prix at the Autódromo Jose Carlos Stadium to clinch his first F1 World Driving Championship by 1 point. I think the guy cheated. When you win by 1 point, you really don't win. It should have just been a tie, but somehow they gave it to him. I think it's just favoritism for Lewis Hamilton. Sometimes some people were backing him and they wanted to make him a champion because you should have done better than that. That's not good enough. Okay, moving on. 2016, November 2nd, 2016.
More recent.
That's not too far. That's only 2008, 2016. The Baseball World Series Championship.
One of the best.
The Chicago Cubs beat the Cleveland Indians 8-7 in Game 7 at the Progressive Field in Cleveland, Ohio. It was the first Cubs title in 108 years. Wow. Chicago utility infielder Ben Zobrist, who played 3 World Series and won 2 in 2015 with the Royals and in this one, 2016, was the MVP. Now, I do have a question on this one. What year did he play? What club did he play with in the 2006 World Series that he was in? Anybody have that answer? Call in. We will send you a T-shirt. Guaranteed. Got it? All right. And we can pivot right from there, that World Series, to the World Series that just ended. That has to do with the New York Yankees and the Los Angeles Dodgers, in which the New York Yankees got croaked 4-1, and they were lucky to win that one. It should have been a sweep had the Dodgers come ready to play, but it was 4-1. The Yankees looked dismal, terrible, didn't look like they belonged there, and I don't think they can win because the lineup's a bunch of home run hitters. You got to have some singles and bunters in there, some speed guys. They don't have that.
There are a lot of miscues, and the Yankees were up 5-0 in that game in the 5th inning, and they were talk about a total collapse. I mean, this was a total collapse. If you're a Yankees fan, sorry, but sorry, not sorry.
That's the typical Boston angst about New York.
I will say this about Aaron Boone, the manager. If the Yankees did not make the World Series this year, or they had not gone far in the playoffs, I don't think Aaron Boone would be returning as the manager. This is a team that missed the playoffs last year. And when you're a Yankees fan and coach the Yankees, you don't really expect to miss the playoffs at all. So for them to get to the World Series was a big thing for Aaron Boone. I would say categorize this World Series as pretty boring, to be honest with you, except that last game and the first game too. But I never expected the Yankees to be that competitive. I thought on paper the Dodgers were the better team. 5 or 6 games.
But the Yankees lineup, you got Judge, you got Soto,
didn't show up.
You got
Giancarlo Stanton.
Mm-hmm. Then you got Jazz
Chisholm. Yep.
Okay.
No relation.
No relation. Yeah. Other than that, who they got?
Well, they have a lot of young talent. They've got a young shortstop, Anthony Volpe. They have our old friend Alex Verdugo, who of course struck out to end the World Series.
Alex.
But the team is full of veterans who you need and some younger talent as well. Obviously, the Yankees are a team that prioritizes winning now every year, and the development front is not as strong.
No.
Juan Soto is a free agent.
He's gone.
I don't expect him to return to the Yankees. If he does, they'll throw everything at him.
I don't know why they should. They should just close the bank on that and just move on down the line for somebody else.
But for the Dodgers, I mean, this was a team that another team that has been. We talk about managers, Dave Roberts, who has all the talent on his roster, all the payroll, all the players they signed, Ohtani. The pressure is on him. This is a guy that has brought the Dodgers to the playoffs every year he's been manager. They've advanced. They've only won 1 World Series under him. They've been to 2. Now they've won. They've been to 4 now. They've won 2 out of 4.
They won 2020.
And 2020, some people say, well, was that really a World Series? It was COVID year. You only played 60 games the regular season. You didn't even play in your own ballpark. To win the World Series, you had to travel in front of no fans, and there was a lot of restrictions and different things. So,
I think that's the year that LA was given everything. They were given the basketball, the NBA. They
won it too. Yeah,
they gave LeBron
exactly
that one, and then
they should have won it in
they gave it to the Dodgers
2017, but of course the Astros cheated their way in.
Wait! The Astros were there fair and square, and didn't the Red Sox beat them? I mean, what was it?
Fair and square. That's an interesting way of looking at it.
Yeah.
The next year, the Red Sox did.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But we won't reflect on that. But anyway, congrats to Dave Roberts and the Dodgers. I mean,
congrats to them.
They didn't quit even when you're down 5-0, and when the Yankees, or a team that had it, just took it for granted and just stopped playing good baseball. When you stop playing good baseball, that's a problem.
I disagree. Here's why the Dodgers won it. The Dodgers won because they have Ryan Brazier on their team, Mookie Betts. They have Enrique Hernandez, and they have Joe Kelly. Remember Joe Kelly could throw 100 miles an hour? Yeah, Joe Kelly, former Red Sox on the team. That backbone, that strength, that foundation, that's what they have, okay? Why can't we get guys? Oh, I forgot. We used to have guys like that. Why can't we keep guys?
They did help us at one time.
Yes, why can't we keep guys like that? That's what I want to know, ladies and gentlemen. What's going on with the Red Sox?
Maybe we can have John Henry or Sam Kennedy on the show.
Yeah, and explain themselves.
Yeah,
they look.
Good luck having. If we can get them, then we're good. We can quit our jobs, and this will be our full-time gig.
I'm going to tell you, John Henry, come on. I'll be nice to you.
I won't.
I'll put on kid gloves.
Clay will be good cop, bad cop.
and I'll give you candy and ice cream, and I'll just spoon feed you, kid. I mean, dude. I mean, man. I'll just listen,
robot.
I would just I'll shield you from all the things that Kevin is going to say. I trust me.
Sell the team. That's what I'd say. Sell the team.
Trust me, John Henry. I got your back. Believe me, I got your back.
We're gonna go to the phones now. I'm on camera. I can't turn my camera off to take the phone call. So let's go to the phones. Let's see if it's Wayne. Right? Let's see. All right, go ahead, Wayne. Are you with us this morning?
Hey, Kevin. Good morning.
There he is. You're on the air right now. Good morning, Wayne.
You're right on the air. There's no buffer in between. You're coming right in, hot.
Why are you trying to do that to Lewis Hamilton? I mean, he ran down Felipe Massa to win that race, fair and square.
Oh! How can you call winning by 1 point fair and square? And I heard that somebody blocked the other guy from passing him that would have gave him some Felipe guy. Yeah, I know that. Brazilian. Yeah, racist. So, yeah, I got some history on this.
Well, right now, that race is still under litigation.
See?
Felipe is...
See?
Yeah, well, I'm not going to hold the facts back from you. I'm coming with you. But I just want to say condolences to D-Wright. That play that happened there, that whole Celtics team there with him inbounding the ball off of him to end the game. Derek Wright gave us so many winning plays that I hope that one play doesn't haunt him too much.
No, I think he'll get over it, especially after the tackle that happened to Tatum last night.
Feisty game last night. Sure.
Yeah, I'm sure they'll get over it. I mean, he had a pretty good game. Derek Wright really kept that team afloat, and their energy has consistently been terrible when it comes to the Indiana Pacers. Over the last year, because they lost the playoffs, in-season play, playout, whatever they call those things, play-ins.
Play-in tournament.
They lost that tournament to the Indiana Pacers, and the Pacers have always given them trouble. They're going to have to match their intensity when they come into the game to put a foot on their necks and stomp them right from the beginning next time, not playing around. But no, we don't. Derek Wright, he's great with us. He's great with us.
Yeah, I'm good. He's good. He's all good with me. But one more thing on Felipe Massa.
There he is, Felipe Massa.
There was a race where there was a lugner that came off of one of the cars, hitting him in the helmet and knocking him unconscious. And from there on, that's how we have the halo on the cars.
You're kidding me.
Before that, there was a wide open screen and things can fly into the cockpit of the cars. So because of that, we have the halo effect. So anything that bounces off, or if the tires roll and hit, the drivers are not being unconscious and knocked out.
I tell you, we learn something every day. We learn something every day here.
Car expert.
Car expert. It's like, I guarantee it. Like George Foreman, I guarantee the Meineke mufflers.
But anyway, nice to talk with you guys, and hopefully my Eagles can get a win today. Let's get back on the winning column.
Well, they're actually
Boston College.
So Wayne, they're off today. They have a bye today, and they'll
beautiful.
Thank goodness. Beautiful. I think it couldn't come at a better time for BC.
Wait a minute, they got buys in college football now?
Not just one bye; they get 2 buys.
Get out of here!
Yeah, 2 buys. Wayne, let me ask you. We had you on record last week for the last 4 games. You thought they were going to go 4-0. Playing 2 out of the 4 games against 2 ranked teams in SMU and Pitt. They also have a good Syracuse team in UNC as well. You still have that prediction 4-0 to end the year at 8-4.
Yes, I'm not wavering from that because this is a winning program. They changed their ways. We were in that Missouri game until TC threw that interception, and they have to believe that they can compete with these guys. And what better way to go out and do that in the next 4 games? I'm not backing down.
It would be fantastic if they did that. I mean, this place would go bananas. It would go bananas. I mean, not since Boston College beat Notre Dame on this very day, the 2nd of November, sometime back in 1980, I believe. They beat Notre Dame. They were in the running at the end. It's called the Holy. What is that called? The Holy Bowl. Yeah. It would go crazy here. Let's have it.
And it's been said before, why not us?
Why not us?
Well, why not us?
You got the coach.
Let's do this.
You know, you got the coach.
Yes.
We got it. We got it. Let's go. Let's go BC Eagles.
Yes. I'm not backing down. And D. White, you give us a lot of winning plays over the year. Let that one slide up put that in the rear view, and let's go get the repeat.
Let's go get the repeat. Oh, it's gonna segue right into what we're gonna talk about next anyway, the Celtics. So
thank you, Wayne. Talk to you next week.
Have a great day, guys. Thank you.
Thank you. Something occurred last night against the Charlotte Hornets of all teams.
The lowly Hornets.
The lowly Hornets. Yeah. Well, that fell down.
There it is. All right. Here we
go.
Tatum the rebound. He discarded LaMelo. He got crushed by Williams at half court. Look out. Tatum coming up the floor. Oh, what is that? Come on, Grant. What is that? Why would he do that?
After review, Grant Williams accelerates, makes a significant impact to the dribbler. A non-basketball play, potential for injury. Because of these reasons, the play has been upgraded to a flagrant foul penalty too.
Oh, see ya.
Has been ejected from the game.
Wow, huh? Wow. Just took him out.
Former Celtic.
Yeah, just
former teammate.
Just took him out. Just as soon as he got over half court, a hockey check.
Yeah, I'm glad Grant Williams is no longer with the Celtics.
The guy's got a couple of screws loose.
Yeah, I mean, what did he provide to the team?
Not much. Not much. He did, but he provided us with excitement in this play last night. I got to tell you.
And round 2 tonight.
Yeah, they're going to play again.
Yeah.
They're going to play in the Garden tonight, though.
No, they stay in Charlotte.
They stay in Charlotte.
Yeah, correct.
Oh, so it's really going to be on right from the beginning.
6 o'clock tonight.
We're not going to deviate too far from that because those of you guys who haven't seen it, go take a look at it. Grant Williams taking out Jason Tatum for no reason.
It's a dirty play. It's a dirty play.
For no reason at all. I mean, he wasn't provoked in any way. Jason Tatum was just dribbling up the middle of the court with the ball, right in the middle, and Grant Williams came from his left and just wiped him out. You have to see this to believe it. But if you think that was strange, everybody, wait till you hear Grant Williams' explanation for doing so. We have that on here too.
Let's hear from Grant. That should be good.
Intentional, not trying to hurt him by any means. We all know that's one of my closest friends in the league. And as you see, he got up and just walked away. And then I got up, asked for help, raised my hand like I thought it was a foul. JB kind of escalated it, but I understand he's trying to protect his teammates, stuff like that. But that's my dog. No matter what, I got his back. And I didn't mean to try and I don't know. He won't take us away. He'll text me later tonight, but it wasn't that bad.
That's my dog.
Sounds like a politician.
Yeah, that's my dog. I got his back. I got it when I'm knocking him on his back. I got his back. I still got his back.
I mean, the video's clear. I mean,
You can't make this up.
It wasn't a bump. It wasn't a push. It was a
pretty good check.
Forceful check or a truck or whatever you want to call it right into it.
It was a good check.
It's a hockey play right there.
Yeah, it was a hockey play. It was a great check. Yeah. I loved it.
The Bruins could use him.
Grant, you're in the wrong profession.
Yeah, right.
I mean, right now the Bruins could use you out on the rink there, on the ice.
Bruins could use a lot right now.
Bringing some enforcement.
Maybe a different coach
to the game. Yeah. To the game. Yeah. Don't listen to him. The coach, you're good. You're good. It's the players. The players got to step up. I mean,
can't fire the players though, Clay. Mid-season, you can't.
Sit them down.
Well,
hey, how about some of those guys in the AHA? I mean,
AHL?
Yeah, AHL. Bring them up. It
shouldn't have to be in that position with the Boston Bruins. But anyway.
They are.
But anyway, about the Celtics. The NBA in general, Clay, surprises to start the year for some of these teams in the NBA in general?
The Cavaliers.
6-0.
Cavaliers. Everyone knows the Cavaliers are good. But nobody thought they were going to be this good, and I think they're sneaking up on teams. The problem is the Celtics can't sneak up on the team. They've been good for years, and they proved it last year.
You know what you're getting.
Yeah. Everybody wants them. I mean, that's what they're going to play maybe 2 or 3 times a season, 4 times a season. At the conference, if it's over in the West Conference, you're only going to play them twice.
Correct.
So this is everyone's, championship. A lot of these teams aren't making the playoffs. They definitely aren't going into the second or third round of the playoffs. This is their playoffs right now whenever they play the Boston Celtics. You get to go against Jaylen Brown. You get to go against Jason Tatum, Peyton Pritchard, who's racking up some points, but later dud last night. Jrue Holiday, Derek White, Neemias Queta, Luke Cornett, Kristaps Porzingis is not even there yet. But these are all-stars that you are not sleeping the night before. You are not going out to a club the night before. You are not wasting time hanging out with your friends the night before. You are studying plays. You are taking your melatonin, trying to get some sleep to make sure that you're ready to play the Celtics. Because if they don't, they're going to get embarrassed by 30 points, 20 to 30 points. So they come into this thing loaded for bear. Even the Charlotte Hornets will start a fight. And they were chippy. It wasn't just Grant Williams. It was a chippy game.
6-0 to start the year for Cleveland, and we'll see what happens throughout the rest of the season. It's very early.
I don't expect much. I think they'll be there at the end. And
how about the Milwaukee Bucks, huh?
1-4.
1-4 to start the year, and Giannis is already upset. Listen, they fired their head coach last year after a 30-13 record, and he cried and complained that, I don't even know what the reason was for firing Adrian Griffin last year. I guess internal problems. And they brought in Doc Rivers, and Doc Rivers has had a losing record since his taking over.
Here's what
the Milwaukee Bucks.
Here's what at
least close to it.
Here's what I have for Giannis right now.
I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody instead of a bum, which is what I am. Let's face it.
You're a bum, Giannis. If you're not running over people, you don't have a chance. You're a lot like LeBron James. If you're not running over people and the NBA is not bailing you out, you have no skills.
Right. And reports are in Milwaukee that he's already unhappy. So maybe he'll try to get his second coach fired.
Well, yeah. I mean, go for it. Go for a trifecta. Wasn't there a coach before this guy?
Yeah, well,
he got fired? Before Adrian Griffin, he got this other guy fired.
Well, Mike Budenholzer, who they won an NBA championship with, and then
just 2 or 3 years before.
Correct. Well, I believe it was a year before. Yeah, and then they sent him packing.
They gave him some tickets,
and of course, we have the 76ers sitting at 1-3 as well.
Yes, they should be. Everyone wants to think about Philadelphia, but that's a crap city as far as sports goes. I mean, I'm being honest. Hey, Philadelphians, you can call in. I'll say it right to you on the air.
We welcome all to call in.
Yeah, call in, Philadelphians. It's a crap city when it comes to sports. You guys, and I say this not because of you fans, because you fans in Philadelphia are rabid. But as far as your franchises go, give me a break. You can't be serious.
Yeah, they just lost to the Pistons the other night, and Joel Embiid and Paul George have yet to see any action this year to start.
How about that process? Huh? How about that process? How's that working out for you? You drafted Ben Simmons. You drafted Markelle Fultz. You drafted Joel Embiid. None of them have seen the court for the 76ers this year. this season. None of them.
And you signed Paul George, too.
And you signed Paul George, a guy who had one of the worst accidents on the court we've ever seen in our lives. Him and Gordon Hayward. I mean, why would you sign him? What do you... Yeah, Tyrone Maxey. Tyrone Maxey was filling it up. All you need is anybody to replace Tobias Harris, basically. You had Shake Milton. You didn't want him, okay? You traded him. So, Philadelphia, you don't know what you're doing. You know what you should do? You should go back and get Ben Gordon. Yeah, get Ben. Go rescue him from the Nets. Bring him back. Yeah. So it could be another saga going crazy in Philadelphia. What else could go wrong? Thank God for Nick Foles. Nick Foles saved you guys from mediocrity because you were going nowhere with the other guy. And he got hit, knocked out. Nick Foles came in and performed a miracle. A miracle. And Nick Foles also holds, I think, the record for 6 games. 6 touchdowns in a game. He's tied with Peyton Manning and Andrew Brees. Yes.
Against the then Oakland Raiders.
Correct.
About 10 years
and then
ago.
what'd you do to Nick Foles? You benched him the next year. That's how bad you guys are. Yeah. You don't deserve to win. No, you don't.
So anyway, Celtics right now play again tonight in Charlotte, 6 o'clock this evening. They sit at 5-1. Second right now in the East behind the Cavaliers. Interesting last couple of games we saw. We talked last week. They were in Detroit, and Clay said, I bet my odds this would be a blowout. And the Celtics only won by 6 in that game.
Wow, that was a close one.
Too close up in Detroit. But Detroit got their first win last night against, the other night, last night against Philadelphia.
Oh, thank gosh, Philadelphia. But, Detroit is really getting it together. They have some veterans in place.
On Wednesday.
They have some veterans in place. Jalen Duren is now a year older. All of those guys are a year older instead of just being young buckaroos running up and down the court, not knowing how to win. They have a better idea of how to win. I can't say that they'll make the playoffs, but anybody who plays them better be, have a good game plan, because if those guys are hanging around in the fourth quarter, you could be in trouble. These guys will keep coming at you. So good luck, Detroit. You need it. But how about the Lions?
We'll talk about that in a little bit, but the Lions are my favorite to go to the Super Bowl right now out of the NFC.
The NFC.
Even without Aiden Hutchinson.
Who?
Their star defensive end who's out for the year, who they drafted.
Oh, okay. Bro,
there is another side of the ball, Clay, besides the offense.
Yeah, it's not Amon-Ra and Jeff Goff and David Montgomery and Jameer Gibbs. I mean, in the front line. I mean, yeah, I guess defense does count somewhere.
It has to.
Has to. Well, I think it's time for us to do our commercial here, because I have to pull up our sheets for the what is it? Our previews.
For
our
week
predictions.
9. For week 9. We have to have some accountability here on the program.
Yes, we do. I'm going to hit that, and you can go into it whenever you are ready.
Thank you. Well, we want to say hello to our good friends at Oyama Investments. And look at this music, too, to accompany us. Very good. Well, if you're looking for a smart investment, searching for a place to call home, well, welcome to Oyama Investments Limited, where your dreams do find a foundation. At Oyama Investments, well, we're more than just real estate. We're your trusted partner in building a secure future. Whether you're investing in a property that will grow you.
I could have had class. I could have been a contender. I could have been somebody.
Sorry about that. We make the process easy, transparent, and rewarding. Oyama Investments specializes in finding properties that align perfectly with your goals. Imagine owning a piece of the future, whether it's a luxury apartment, a commercial space, or a family home in the perfect neighborhood. And if you're new to real estate investments, well, don't worry. We're here every step of the way, helping you to make informed choices with confidence. With real estate prices rising, there's never been a better time to invest. If you're ready to see your dreams come to life, visit oyamainvestments.com and give them a call, 617-221-8881. That is 617-221-8881 today, where your vision becomes reality. Oyama Investments. How was that all right?
I think, love it.
We got cut out there. Somebody touched a button. It's very fragile. All this equipment here is very fragile. We have to be careful.
Did I touch the button?
I don't know. Somebody did. Well, it's only 2 people in here.
There's only 2 people here.
It's very fragile, all this equipment in here.
Guys, this is beautiful. We love this. How did we do last week? How did you do?
I did fine, as I always seem to do. You did okay, too. some upsets here and there in Week 8 of the NFL season in the games that were played. I believe my record was 11-4, 11 wins, 4 losses. And in the 15 games we pick, we don't pick the Thursday night game, obviously, since it's already happened. And Clay, you went 10-5, if I do my math correctly.
No way. Yes, just 10-5?
10-5.
I am disappointed. I'm going to have to raise my level of expertise here so that it matches my years of experience, which is a lot.
So we lost out. We both took the Jets. That's a loss. Patriots obviously beat up. I should say beat up in a close game, and we'll talk about that before we get to our picks. I think a game that probably everybody had wrong, including Browns fans themselves. The Browns upsetting the Ravens last week with Jameis Winston at the helm, and probably performed the best game of the year for Cleveland without Deshaun Watson. Now Jameis Winston upsetting Baltimore in that game.
Jameis Winston.
Right?
It's really Jameis. Jameis. Wow.
We both gave Tua Tags a chance down in Miami in his first game back. Well, we were wrong on that. The pesky Arizona Cardinals, who right now are tied for the lead in the NFC West, and we'll talk about that. That division is shaping up to be very interesting. So we were wrong about Tua. Clay took the Seahawks at home to beat the Buffalo Bills, who Buffalo took care of them 31-10.
Who knew?
But you're right about one thing. You did predict that Josh Allen would throw his first interception of the year in that game, and so he did. So we'll give you that.
Thank you very much.
Not enough for a win, though. Only 10 points for Seattle at home against Buffalo. The other one was, of course, a crazy ending to this one down in Landover, Maryland, between the Commanders and the Chicago Bears, a game that Washington was up for most of the game, 12-0. At the time last week, we didn't think Jaden Daniels was going to play. He ended up going through warm-ups and did play, obviously, with the rib injury, and Caleb Williams struggled throughout the game, but then came back. They took the lead. You would think that it's all over, but this is what happens when you don't
Hail Mary,
when you don't play defense. You don't play defense on a Hail Mary. You saw the video of the defender there off to the sideline talking to the fans and not participating. And I was watching that game live. And by the way, if you don't have the red zone, okay, and you just have the regular cable package, I was very upset about this.
Were you?
Because the Bears and Commanders, this is a 4:30 game. You got Jim Nantz and Tony Romo calling a great game. For whatever reason, we had Kansas City and the Raiders. I don't want to watch the Chiefs and the Raiders. I don't care about that game. And I know, first world problems, right?
Yeah.
First world problems. But I wanted to watch Washington and Chicago, and they put it on at the end.
Because you wanted to watch Chicago win, and they lost.
Well, no, I just wanted to see a good football game. I didn't care about – I knew Kansas City was going to beat the Raiders. I don't care about those two teams. It was surprising.
It was a tough game.
But anyway, so congrats on picking Washington in a very, very
thank you, everybody.
You got very lucky. You got very lucky. I'll give you that.
Yeah. Let me find out if I can find the applause effects. I'll play while he's still talking.
Yeah, well, anyway. But you were wrong on this one. You did pick Dallas to to beat San Francisco, and there we go, the applause. All right.
Yeah, there we go.
And then I took San Francisco. So
that was a safe bet for you. But I was trying to leap out. I was trying to come out of somewhere that was different. To come out of left field.
Whatever makes you happy, Clay.
Yes,
whatever
I was trying to make a difference here, okay, by picking, oh gosh, what was I doing? Dallas. What was I doing? Where's that Dallas logo? What's that doing? I'm going to find it. Is it in there? Yes, thank God.
There it is.
Right there. There it is.
Yeah.
Choke. The official soft drink of the Dallas Cowboys. Right there. There we go.
So we'll get to these picks, but I know you want to say a few words on the Patriots.
Yeah, let's get the Patriots out the way.
Recap and preview of tomorrow's great game against the Tennessee Titans. Yeah, but really, the Patriots a bad team. I think it's the Titans who are a really bad team.
Who are a worse team.
But go ahead.
The Patriots won a squeaker last week, and it shows really more about how bad the New England Jets are. I mean, the New York Jets are than how good the New England Patriots were. Aaron Rodgers, I mean, I know he had a pretty good game yesterday, 2 days ago, throwing for 3 touchdowns, 200 and some odd yards. But, I mean, this guy, he laid one. He laid one that Sunday, and he was terrible. He can't get out the pocket. His arm is not what it used to be. Aaron Rodgers, and that couldn't happen to a better person, is done. And I pity the New York Jets. No, I don't. I really don't pity them. They're a terrible organization that deserves what they get. But the Patriots, on the other hand, are supposed to be an up-and-coming team. And they won with Jacoby Brissett, a guy they couldn't wait to get out, because the guy they couldn't wait to get in, which I predicted would get knocked out because the offensive line is terrible, got knocked out, had a concussion. I hope they don't let him play tomorrow, but apparently it looks like they might let him play.
Yeah, questionable on the injury report. We'll see.
They better not.
I mean, it's a game. I don't see why you rush him back out there.
Right, you have no reason.
What is the rush? What is the rush?
That's what I've been saying the whole time.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I agree with you on this point. I don't agree with you on the other point. But
which one? Aaron Rodgers?
No. I agree with you on Aaron Rodgers particularly, but about rushing, I think it was time to bring in Drake May. We have just a fundamental disagreement on that, and that's okay.
Big one. Yeah,
and that's okay.
We're miles apart on that one.
Sure, that's fine. That's fine.
I think the Drake May. You could take all the time in your world.
At this point, I agree.
Yeah, you weren't going to the playoffs, and if you did, he was going to learn bad habits, have the C.J. Stroud effect this year, where he looks like crap because he didn't learn to read a defense. He learned how to use his legs. He learned how to throw on the fly, but he didn't learn to read a defense. And those are the things you really have to hammer home. Those are the fundamentals a quarterback needs to learn his first year, not to learn how to survive and win, but how to read a defense, how to see things, how to pick things out, pre-snap reads, as he's standing from the sidelines watching, and when he watches the film, after the game is over. These are the things they have to learn, and if you rush them in, they learn how to survive, but they don't learn how to play quarterback.
A tough loss on Thursday night, C.J. Stroud and the Texans losing to Aaron Rodgers and the Jets in a short week. Which is 11 for 30, C.J. Stroud was in that game.
Hello. These defenses aren't stupid. No, they learn how to play you. And if you can't read it, ask RG3, and Andrew Luck was pretty good.
There's a couple other. That's a different situation with Andrew Luck.
Yeah. There's a couple of other different quarterbacks that got a lot of notoriety their first year. They plugged through. They made a splash, and then after that,
one Peyton Manning.
Peyton Manning, he took the hit, and I think they should. If I would have been around, could have made a decision. I would have sat Peyton Manning out the first 3 quarters of the season. I don't know why they do that to these quarterbacks. It's not the best situation for them, but they don't care. They'll throw them out there like cattle, like meat, and the fans will turn against them as soon as things start going bad. Like they're going to turn against C.J. Stroud if this keeps up.
Well, look at Mac Jones. I mean, first year leading the Patriots to the playoffs, and then
disastrous second year.
Yeah.
Fans turned against him.
No longer on the team.
Can't wait to ride him out of town on the rail.
Yeah.
Okay, these guys, and then move on to the next guy. Oh, the next guy, Drake May. Let's get him in there. What's he doing on the bench? He's picked number 3. We got to have him play. I mean, they got Jacoby Brissett. He can't do anything. Right. We got to get Drake May.
So I agree with you on Aaron Rodgers. I think, and I said this on the program last week. I said, when is enough enough? I mean, fire a coach. You bring in your star wide receiver. You get the money. You do everything. You bring in, some guys, Alan Lazard, guys that are kind of probably washed up in their careers, but Aaron wants to play with them. And this is the talent. This is what he's producing on the field. I mean, I think he got lucky in the game on Thursday night against a Texans team that really, really did not show up to play. And I think took that game for granted with the way the Jets have.
Well, they have some injuries.
Been playing.
They have some injuries.
That's also
serious
true.
Injuries.
Correct.
Nico Collins is out. Stephon Diggs is out.
And Stephon Diggs gonna be out for the year.
Was Joe Mixon playing?
Which is a huge loss. Mixon was in. Yep.
Because he's been banged up too.
Mm-hmm.
So they have.
But that doesn't excuse the fact. I mean, 11 for 30. I mean,
he can't beat a defense. Here we go. We go with the whole thing again. Sit the guys down.
Yeah.
You got the whole year.
Right.
Really, you got 17, 16 games. All right. You don't need to play them before the 12th game. So if this guy gets hurt, have a backup quarterback ready. No, do not put your guy that you've drafted in the first 5 picks of the NFL into the NFL as a rookie quarterback. Do not do that. That's the worst case scenario that you could possibly happen. Fans got to get over themselves. Listen, your team's not winning this year with or without this star rookie prize quarterback that you have designated as the savior. He's not going to win your first year. But if you save him for the second year, you have a much better chance of doing all the things that you want to do. So be a little bit patient. And when your general manager, like Elliott Wolf, lets a guy like Bailey Zappi go and has 2 rookie quarterbacks backing up.
Oh, my goodness. Bailey Zappi.
I know Bailey Zappi's not going to wow the world, but he'll prevent you from having to play Drake May and him getting a concussion.
Yeah, I don't know how many people agree with you on that one, Clay. I mean, I just
call in. Tell me, everybody.
I'd welcome the callers for that.
Okay, 844-249-5247. 844-249-5247.
So
Call
what you
in.
would like to see is what Kansas City did a couple of years ago.
Yes.
And that is that. You draft Patrick Mahomes,
Mm-hmm.
but you still have another year of Alex Smith, who has provided you, he's been steady, veteran quarterback, knowing that you're going to move on from him the next year or two,
right?
Whether it's through injury, whether it's through contract, whatever.
Yeah.
You have Patrick Mahomes waiting in the wings. You're
love it.
You're supporting that.
I support that
method.
Yes. The same thing that happened to Tom Brady, Aaron Rodgers, Jordan Love.
Well, Tom Brady wasn't drafted. It was drafted, remember, in the 6th round. He wasn't drafted as a number one.
I know I'm stretching that a little bit, but he did not play. He did not play into his second year.
That's a bit of a stretch.
Yeah, but he did not play till his second year. So essentially, it's this.
Neither did Brock Purdy. I didn't even know who Brock Purdy was.
There you go.
Until he started.
He's proving me right. You're proving me right, Kevin.
In your own mind, maybe.
Yes.
Then that's okay. We have to make Clay happy here on the program.
I'm happy anyway, everybody, because I think that would be the correct way of doing it.
Well, yeah. I mean,
the amount of carnage of NFL quarterbacks who are picked in the first 7 and 8 picks that are littered on the side of the road is unbelievable. Unbelievable. So it really is not worth it. It's statistically, it's not worth it. You should definitely wait late in the game, very late in the game, or to the next year in order to play this guy so he has a chance to become acclimated to the NFL. They are bigger, faster, stronger, and they don't mess around when they catch you. Ask Drake May. They hit you hard. All right, let's get into our picks here.
Do you like anything about the Titans team?
Nothing. There's nothing to talk about. Did we finish our review here? Were we done with our review?
Yeah. If anything else stood out to you last week in week 8 of the NFL?
Nothing.
Really, nothing did?
No.
Even what did you make of Tua tags coming back?
It's just an accident waiting to happen. It's like people go to a car race just waiting to see when the accidents are going to happen. We know it's going to happen. I think everybody's watching to see when. I personally don't want to see it, but oh gosh.
Before we get to your picks, one thing we're talking about quarterbacks, we didn't mention this. The big news out of Indianapolis this week.
Finally.
We got some time. We got about 12 minutes, so we get some time.
Finally. A team that has the acumen and the intestinal fortitude to do the right thing. Anthony Richardson was sat down this week in favor for Joe Flacco. Okay, Joe Flacco, who led the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs last year and then unceremoniously was let go by the Browns so they could keep Deshaun Watson, who just completely screwed everything up and then went out injured. And now the Browns are in the mess with Jameis Winston. Hopefully he can pull them out, but we all know Jameis Winston's history. 2 good games, and then he's going to start flopping. Joe Flacco is now going to start for the Indianapolis Colts. And if he wins and takes them to the playoffs, Joe, and I hope you do, good sailing, man. I mean, you deserve it. You deserve it.
I'm tired. That's what Anthony Richardson said. I'm tired. That's why he came out of the game.
What did they expect? I mean, they've been babying this guy. He's been privileged. You guys, all you guys who talk about privilege,
4th overall pick in 2023.
Privilege? Yeah, privilege. Anthony Richardson has been privileged. He's been babied. And in the sense that, okay, they protect him, but they should have never threw him out there in his first year in the first place. So that's where all this is going wrong.
And the crazy thing out of all this, Clay, you want to know what it is?
What is it?
The Colts still have a good chance to win the division with the way the Texans are playing.
Yes.
And it's Joe Flacco for year number 2 going to lead a team that he signed on as
the backup,
not expecting to start. And here we are again. Is this the Cleveland Browns all over again? Here we are again.
But this time, the Indianapolis Colts are going to rally around, the same way that the Browns did. They're going to rally around Joe Flacco. They're going to the playoffs, and the rest of the NFL better watch out. And that includes the Buffalo Bills. You will not want to meet this team in the playoffs.
Well, funny enough you say that. When Joe Flacco and the Browns, who they lose to last year in the playoffs? Do you remember? C.J. Stroud and the Houston Texans.
They won't lose this year.
Well, we'll see what happens, but we had to talk about that in Indianapolis because that's a big deal going on out there.
I predicted it.
We got 10 minutes left, so why don't we go to the picks and let's try to do a little bit better this week, shall we? And see if we can improve on our totals.
I think we shall.
We can't be 13-0, 14-0 every week, but we try. We do try.
We're going to start right off in the beginning of this. Dallas is going to Atlanta at 1:00 game. Atlanta's favorite, 3.5. I am taking Atlanta.
So when I looked at the picks this week, I had this is one of the games I circled as a tough one to pick. I'm going to take Dallas. I may be wrong. We've taken Dallas before. We've been wrong before. If the Cowboys don't win this game, they're absolutely done. I say blow it all up, fire Mike McCarthy. Jerry Jones has to make a move, do something. Either fire Mike Zimmer, your defensive coordinator, whatever you have to do. But if they can't beat Atlanta at home, and not to say that Atlanta's a bad team,
Atlanta's at home. What do you mean they can't beat Atlanta at home?
When Atlanta's at home, that's what I'm meaning.
You should say if they can't beat Atlanta in Dallas,
well,
then we can understand.
Whether or not they're at home or in Dallas, I think Dallas is going to win this game. This is a must-win game for the Cowboys. I'll give them one last faith in this one. I think I give as I said before, the edge to the Falcons in the NFC South with the way the receivers have gone down in Tampa Bay.
Fly, Falcons, fly.
And it's nice to see what Kirk Cousins is doing in Atlanta. They've had some close games, but close wins nonetheless. But I'm taking Dallas, and if they don't win this game, Clay, I can say this now, I will never pick the Cowboys for the rest of the year. But I'm going with them. I'm going to take them. I'm going to take them.
Here's where it's going to go. He's going to be back on here next Saturday talking about choke.
I'll be held accountable. If I'm wrong. But I'm going to take them in a close game in Atlanta. They have to win this game.
Yeah, well, they have to. Yeah, okay. Miami is also traveling to Buffalo. It's a 1:00 game. Tickets are $131. Orchard Park, New York. Buffalo is favored by 6. You might take Miami, but I am taking Buffalo.
No, I'm not going to take Miami. I'm going to take Buffalo in this one. I said last week that the Dolphins had to win against Arizona with Tua coming back to stay in the hunt. Now they find themselves 2-5. The Jets leapfrog them now with 3 wins.
Oh.
And that's the sad situation for the Miami Dolphins. I know you're a big fan of Mike McDaniel.
Big time. And he's a loser.
Buffalo had a huge win up in Seattle last week. I take them to take care of Tua.
Unbelievable. They actually went to Seattle and won.
Not just win, they crushed them.
31-10.
I'll take Buffalo against Miami.
Okay, we got both of us on that side there. Las Vegas is traveling to Cincinnati. Cincinnati's favored by 7. I'm taking Cincinnati.
This will be the second week in a row, actually probably the third week in a row I've taken Cincinnati last week. I did not take Cincinnati last week. Philly beat them with ease. Crushed them at home, and they're home again against the lowly Raiders, who played well against Kansas City last week, only lost by a touchdown. But I'll give Joe Burrow another shot here this week, and Cincinnati in trouble. They're 3-5. If they lose this game, it's over for Cincinnati. They need to win to stay afloat.
Yeah. See you later, Cincinnati. You got the next one.
I'll take the Bengals. The next game, we have the LA Chargers traveling out to the Cleveland Browns. We just talked about Jameis Winston. Does he have another appetite for an upset? I think Jim Harbaugh is going to bring everything he has with the Chargers. The Chargers need to win this game to stay afloat in the wild card race. They're 4-3. Boy, they wish they had that game back against Arizona.
Too bad.
They beat up against the Saints last week. I will take the Chargers in a surprisingly close game. And I am not a fan of Jameis Winston. I've criticized him more than I praised him. But you have to give him credit where credit's due. A huge win last week against Baltimore. I'm going to take the Chargers and Justin Herbert.
I don't know who this guy is, Jameis Winston. I mean,
he's the number 1 overall pick 10 years ago.
Well, yeah, but this guy has risen from the ashes.
Literally.
And there's all kinds of film out there about Jameis Winston making a comic of himself. Let's just put it that way to be easy on him. He's done things out there on the field and pregame and during the game that just even his teammates are standing there wondering, what the heck is this guy talking about? Right. But here he is, a reincarnation, back again. Cleveland Browns winning.
You're going to take Cleveland?
My hats are off to you, but I'm not taking you. I'm taking Los Angeles.
All right, good. All right.
New England is traveling to Tennessee.
As I said, a bad team against a really bad team. Whether it's Will Levis, whether it's Mason Rudolph, whether they bring back Kerry Collins to be the starting quarterback for the Tennessee Titans, I don't think it matters. Whether it's Brissett or Drake May, I'm going to take the Patriots. And we'll see. We'll see. I take the Patriots again, and we'll see what happens.
I'm taking Tennessee.
All right. Well, this will be fun to talk about next week.
We got to shake it up a little bit.
They're just a really bad football team. Another game, of course. This will be a good 1:00 game. We just talked about Baltimore. Denver comes to town against Baltimore. Bo Nix and the Denver Broncos, 5-3, went 4-1 their last 5 games. A big win against Bryce Young and the Panthers last week. Baltimore was looking for redemption after an upset last week. I'll take them against Denver. Denver's going to be sticking around. Watch out for Denver to make the playoffs as a wild card team.
Yeah, they're going to make it as a wild card team. I'm taking Baltimore for this one. I don't think they're going to beat Baltimore in Baltimore.
Well, Baltimore needs this win with the way Pittsburgh has been staying afloat in the AFC North. They need a win. It's a must-win.
Are you saying that Lamar Jackson is going to choke?
In the playoffs, he will. In the playoffs, he will. I look forward to that.
Now, I don't know how you skipped over this game, but there's 2 games in between this. Washington is going to New York.
I'm looking at a different
You're kidding me.
The same games, but just different order.
Oh, well, okay. We
got 5 minutes, Clay.
We got Washington. Washington, Commanders, not the Washington football team or the Washington Redskins, but the Commanders are traveling to New York to take on the Giants. And I'm taking Washington.
I'll take Washington as well. Jaden Daniels, 6-2 right now, leading the NFC East. Who would have thought? Who would have thought Jaden Daniels, even with the injury too, and a surprising win last week. Giants continuing to struggle 2-6. What can we say about them?
Well, if you thought the Patriots were bad, check out this game.
Check out the Giants.
No. If you thought the Patriots in Tennessee was bad,
the
game. Patriots and the Titans. This game, New Orleans will travel to Carolina. The Carolina Panthers.
This is a really bad game. But Derek Carr is back. Bryce Young is back as the starting quarterback. He got beat up last week in Denver. I'm going to take. I'll take Derek Carr and the Saints, who need to win. This team without Derek Carr, even with him in there, they started the year 2-0. People said, "Oh, maybe the Saints." Well, 2-0. You've lost 6 in a row. They need a win. I'll take the Saints. A lot of teams need wins this week, Clay.
I'm taking the Saints.
Yeah,
definitely. The Saints go with this one. What do you got? You got Jacksonville and Philadelphia?
Jacksonville and Philadelphia. Doug Peterson coming back. This game was originally supposed to be Sunday night. They flexed it because the way Jacksonville's played this year with Trevor Lawrence. Eagles had a big win in Cincinnati last week. I will take the Eagles 6-2, and they're right on the heels of Jaden Daniels and the Commanders in the NFC East.
We are both going swimming in the same direction on that one, so I think I will take Philadelphia also. And I forgot to tell everybody out there that if you want to go see a game, you can go see the Carolina game and get tickets for $20. That's right. Now it's cheap. It's cheaper to go there than go to anything here.
Go to McDonald's.
Yeah, $20. $20 will get you in the game, and you can move down to the front.
Yeah. All right, next game is the Chicago Bears and the Arizona Cardinals. This is a great game. But the Arizona Cardinals right now, they're tied for first in the NFC West.
Woo!
Who would have believed that with the way those teams, all teams beside the Rams are 4-4. The Rams are 3-4. Caleb Williams, they need a win after losing last week. I'm going to take the Bears in a good game against Kyler Murray and the Cardinals down there in Glendale.
I am taking
3.5 minutes to go.
I'm taking Arizona.
You're going to take the Cardinals. We beat up on the Cardinals, not because we don't like, we just haven't picked them or we haven't trusted them. But if the Cardinals are able to beat Caleb Williams and the Bears, I'm all in on the Cardinals for the rest of the year.
I'm taking the Cardinals.
All right.
Kyler Murray, I'm on your team. I'm backing you. I'm like Grant Williams. I'm just going to knock you down, but then I back you. You're my dog.
Right. 2 4:30 games tomorrow. One of them, the Rams travel to Seattle. We'll see what Clay does with Seattle again, but look out for the Rams. Matthew Stafford has his targets back, and Cooper Kupp. Rams have played well in Seattle as of late. I'm going to take the Rams to go to 4-4, and that would also put them in contention in the NFC West as well. I'll take them to beat Seattle.
This is a tough game.
Who does not look good.
Seattle is playing at home again.
Correct.
And if they lose, you know what? Seattle's kind of a crazy city. I'm picking them to lose too also. So, yeah.
We'll take the Rams. There we go.
I'm taking the Rams.
And here we go. Huge NFC North showdown at 4:25 in Green Bay at Lambeau Field. We're not sure if Jordan Love is going to play yet, whether it's him or Malik Willis. Love is questionable. I'm going to take the Lions. My team.
You know, now everybody is on the Lions bandwagon. All of a sudden, Kevin is a Lions guy.
I was a big Lions fan last year, too.
This guy couldn't even spell Lions last year. It wouldn't come out of his mouth. It would even choke over the word. The Detroit. Now all of a sudden, he's Detroit Lions, roar. But I'm taking the Lions also.
There we go. Okay. But that NFC North is going to be a real showdown throughout the year.
And ladies and gentlemen, we have the Monday night game.
No, Sunday night.
No, we have a Monday night game. Oh, we do have another Sunday night. The Indianapolis Colts.
We just talked about them. Joe Flacco against Sam Darnold.
Gosh.
I'm going to take the Vikings. The Vikings have dropped 2 in a row. After starting the year 5-0. They need a win. With all the controversy surrounding the Colts and Anthony Richardson, I think Joe Flacco is going to go in there and do his best. But I think the Vikings are a little more hungry. They need a win to stay afloat in the NFC North with the way all other teams are playing. I'm going to take Vikings to win and snap their 2-game losing streak.
You know, you were really hoping. I can see it in your eyes. And for that reason, with Minnesota favored by 5.5, so they've lost their last 2 games. And tickets as low as $56, which means they're not selling out at home. I'm going with Indianapolis on this one.
Going with Joe Flacco. Okay.
I got to roll with Joe.
Yeah.
I got the last one. Let me get the last one.
Yeah, we got a minute here for the Monday night game.
Okay, Tampa Bay is traveling to Kansas City to take on the Kansas City Chiefs. They're going to be in Arrowhead Stadium. Oh, yeah. GEHHA, Howard. Kansas City's favored by 8.5. I am taking Kansas City.
I'll take Kansas City. No Godwin, no Evans. A lot of problems for Baker Mayfield and the Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
They should have been buyers. They should have been buyers at the trade line.
they'd be sellers in. Or you want bring in town.
They should have been buying at the deadline, and they did nothing.
Looking for the Chiefs to go 8-0. 20 seconds. The quickest 60 minutes.
The fastest 60 minutes in the history of the sports world. Listen, everybody, be nice to one another. Pick up trash, push those shopping carts back into those little gardens where they're supposed to be, and just try to say hi to one another, okay? Be nice.
Don't forget to vote. Thank you all.
Don't forget to vote.